Hi guys, Dr. Jordan Axe here, and welcome to Millennial Nutrition. So many things are changing, so we really have to stay up to date with the new nutrition trends. We're always seeing stuff on TV, but really the world has changed, and I'm going to go over exactly what you need to know for the 21st century to stay healthy, keep your families healthy. And here's a list of conditions who this talk is for. So if you're having high cholesterol, low blood sugar, toxicity, ADHD, autism, cancer, chronic fatigue, heart disease, obesity, inability to lose weight, all these conditions that are so common, this talk is for you. In just 15 minutes, we're going to, tell you everything you need to know. So the purpose of the nutrition I'm going to explain to you is for reducing inflammation, restoring cell membrane function, aiding your body in detoxifying, really regulating your hormones. That's so important. And lastly, promoting the use of fat as the body's primary energy source. That is the true solution to losing weight and keeping it off long term. I like to keep it real simple so that everyone can follow this, everyone can get results. 3 principles you have to remember today. 1, inflammation is to blame. 2, read your food labels. And thirdly, you have to eat fat to burn fat. Now we're gonna break each one of those down and explain exactly how to do that. So really the first one, inflammation is to blame. Really, we've been lied to. We've been told cholesterol causes heart disease, but the truth is inflammation causes heart disease. And the best analogy I can give you is, cholesterol is our healing compound. So, cholesterol, if you have inflammation causing damage to the blood vessels in the heart, in the body, your body releases cholesterol to fix the damage, which is a good thing. Just like if I poked a bunch of holes in the wall here, I would want to fill those holes up so the wall would not collapse. That's exactly what cholesterol is doing. So it's actually a good thing. So it's the inflammation we need to remove, and then the cholesterol will go down. So things that cause this inflammation is sugar, damaged fats, and toxins. So again, cholesterol is so important. And really to lose weight long term, which we're going to talk about in a second, you need these healthy fats. Cholesterol is used for creating hormones, proper neurological function, repairing and protecting cells. It's really your healing compound in your body. And here you can see that cholesterol is the building block for all hormones in the body. What do people have now? Estrogen problems, low testosterone. I see it on billboards, low T. You need cholesterol to make testosterone. That's how important these healthy fats are. And really, we've been lied to as well. That people say fat makes you fat. 100% not true. The truth is the inability to burn fat is what makes you fat. So really weight loss is about one thing. If I had to put one word on weight loss, it's all about hormones, okay? People get mad at me when I say this, but why can I eat twice as much as someone else and I lose weight and they gain weight? It's all about the hormones, and we're going to teach you how to balance your hormones, okay? So you can see here, leptin and ghrelin and all these hormones are what control weight loss. Your hypothalamus in your brain is the control center for these hormones. So in theory, the more weight you gain, the more your body, your hypothalamus is going to say, hey, increase energy expenditure, decrease appetite, right? Who wants those two things? Those are very important to losing weight. Now the problem is, when your body is used to burning sugar and carbs, your brain does not hear leptin. It does not hear those hormones. Therefore, that feedback loop I told you about does not work. The good news is, if you reset the hypothalamus and you put your body in fat burning mode, the hypothalamus now hears those hormones. Therefore, you will start to lose weight and your energy will go up. 2 things that we want to do. So you're either a sugar burner or you're a fat burner. And again, if you're a sugar burner, your brain will not hear leptin and it relies on sugar for energy. It's the same reason that you have cravings. If your body is in sugar burning mode, guess what happens when you don't give it sugar? You're going to crash, low blood sugar, you're going to get irritable, and you're going to have really bad cravings. Most people want to get rid of their cravings, The only way to fix this is to get your body into fat burning mode. Then when you're not eating sugar and carbs, your body's automatically going to go and start burning your fat stores so that you can lose weight. I'm telling you guys, it sounds simple, but that is the trick and the best way to start losing weight, balancing your hormones, reducing disease in the body, is that simple fact right there. So again, that's step one. That was, again, inflammation is not to blame. And really, to burn fat, you have to eat fat. So the secrets to burning fat also, your body burns 4 things. Your body needs fats, proteins, carbs, and nutrients. That's what most people take on a daily basis. All right, let's move on to one of the last principles here. You gotta read your food labels. Just because it says all natural or organic or whatever, that doesn't really mean a whole lot. You gotta read your food labels, okay? People, I can buy organic sugar all day. Is organic sugar healthy? Not really. I mean, in everything in moderation. So you gotta read your food labels to know what's in it. Here's a perfect example of a Nutri-Grain bar. I mean, read the ingredients on here. Like the first 7 or 8 ingredients are all different forms of sugar. You're basically eating a sugar bar, but it says Nutri-Grain bar, nutrients, you think it's healthy. Perfect example, read the food label from top to bottom. The first ingredient has the most of it. So, in general, the less ingredients, normally the better that food's gonna be. If you can't read things on the food label, there's 100 different ingredients, just in general, I can tell you that's probably already not a good product. So again, read your food labels. It's so important. And I want to give you guys a few, before we end this, I want to give you a few easy tips, to make this doable. The first one is the farm to fork principle. It gets real confusing, what's healthy, what's not. The average food we eat now travels 2,000 miles by the time it gets onto our plate. The less that food has traveled, normally the healthier it is. If it came from a farm down 10 miles down the road and you have the chicken, that's probably a healthy thing, or an apple out in your yard. It traveled a small amount of, not very far. If it's been processed in California and then to Florida and then back to Ohio, so generally speaking, the closer it is from the farm to your fork, the better that food's gonna be for you. Another really good tip is don't stop, swap. So what I mean by that is, there's a lot of simple things. Instead of using wheat flour, I now use coconut flour. I might use almond flour for baking. So again, you don't have to stop eating the things that you love. You just need to swap the ingredients out with healthier versions. And normally those healthier versions, if you do your research, are gonna have less carbs, less sugar, more fats, and more of the proteins in them that your body needs to heal of most diseases, okay? The last easy tip I like to give people is replace, don't waste, okay? So again, the 3 rules when I'm talking about replacing is change your carbs, change your meats, and change your fats. Those are the 3 replacement rules, okay? So when I say change your carbs, from processed carbs, Doritos and things like that, things that are processed, to a carb like blueberries or an apple, something that's less processed. So, and something that's lower in glycemic index, which means it does not turn into sugar as fast. You can still eat carbs, but we're gonna replace those carbs. The second replacement is change your meats. When you're spending money on food, when you have to buy organic, you wanna do your meats, because you're not what you eat, you're what you eat, what they ate. So if you're eating a cow that's not grass-fed, it's binding all these toxins up over its life, and you're getting a mega dose of that. So really, and a grass-fed cow is gonna have way more omega-3s in it than a grain-fed cow. So we know we're supposed to take our fish oil because there's a lot of omega-3s. Well, it's better just to get a grass-fed cow that has a lot more omega-3s in it. So change your meats, get high-quality meats. The third replacement rule. Again, I said I was going to keep this simple for you guys. I gave you 3 rules, and now I'm giving you, I give you 3 principles, now I'm giving you 3 rules to follow here. Now the third one is to change your fats. Let's not get our fats from a Big Mac. Let's start getting fats from almonds and avocados and, wild-caught fish. That's where our fat needs to come from. So I want to give you guys a quick little list here, so I'm not leaving you in the dark, so you know what I mean by bad fats and good fats. So here on the screen you can see a list of the bad fats, and you can see a list of the good fats. And that's going to really help you start to replace these things in your life. Now, let's talk about healthy proteins. So healthy proteins come from animals, again, that are grass-fed. Just kind of as I discussed. So really, when you're spending your money, again, spend your money on the meats. It's so important. Again, and then the last thing I want to hit on as far as replacement is with carbohydrates. You can look up glycemic index foods. Really, you want your carbs to come from fruits and vegetables. Those are natural sources of carbs. We don't want it from potato chips and all these other processed foods. So here's a quick example of a carb replacement list. You can do flaxseed bread, flaxseed muffins, nut and seed cereals, nut and seed crackers and breads. These things are out there, guys. So you don't have to completely get rid of what you're used to eating. You just need to replace it with a better carb. And kind of really to end this off, I want to show you guys what a well-balanced nutrition for the 21st century looks like. Again, fats. You want to increase your intake of good fats. Protein. You want high-quality grass-fed proteins, a moderate amount of protein. And then carbohydrates. You really want to start eliminating the grains, the sugars, and the fruits, and really try to, when possible, stick to more berries and lemons, things that have a lot of antioxidants and less sugars in them. So again, wrapping this up, guys, 3 principles to remember. Inflammation is to blame, okay? Fats are the healing compound in your body. That's what's going to help balance your hormones and reduce inflammation in your body. Read your labels, okay? Don't take someone's word for it. Read the label and you'll know exactly what you're eating. Thirdly, again, you have to eat fat to burn fat. That is literally the magic bullet. That's the secret to losing weight and keeping it off and balancing your hormones. And, I appreciate you guys joining in and really getting educated on nutrition for the 21st century. And the last thing I want to leave you guys with is a lot of people have lost hope. A lot of people are struggling with nutrition. They're getting sicker and sicker, and they don't know what to do. And I like to give people hope. And here's an example of my blood work. I had Hashimoto's thyroiditis. It's considered uncurable autoimmune condition that you have for the rest of your life. And here's my blood work. My numbers were 289 and 101. Those are supposed to be 0, guys. And that's something they said I'd have for the rest of my life. Eczema, allergies, just really sick. And this is my blood work 9 months later. My antibodies are now down to 40 and 4. So significantly decreased. Eczema went away, sinus infections went away. And just by doing the principles I outlined for you guys, it's not that complicated. You just need a coach, you need someone to help you, you need the right information. And really that's what this video is about, is giving you guys hope and giving you guys the tools to make that change in your life. So you guys have the tools now. You have the 3 principles. I urge you, implement those right now, this week. Start to make those changes, and then we'll move on to the next video, and we can really start to change the rest of your life, guys. Looking forward to it. God bless.